So I waited to open these guys so I could show you in the video. These are just the plastic coverings that attach to the metal pieces, and all of the hardware and everything is inside this. So I'll show you what comes with. Alright, so here's the packaging right here. I wasn't able to find a whole lot of information on this stuff online, so I thought it would be helpful if I went ahead and did a video. So it came with a little keychain, sticker, nice decent sized bag of hardware. And these are the actual bars that will attach for, and here's the instructions. So this right here is the actual plastic guard, and on the back, it's difficult to see, but there's an R right here indicating that this is for the right, and then the left one actually has an L for the left. Now, one thing that's really neat I wasn't aware of, these actually came with an additional riser piece that is also labeled right and left. And the way this works is here's the initial guard, and then you have this riser piece that clicks on, and it does come with some mounting hardware where it screws in a couple different points, and it adds extra protection by attaching this to the bike. I honestly thought that I was going to have to purchase these separate, but this specific kit came with these. I got these at revzilla.com. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking a look at the handlebars and everything, figure out exactly what I need to do to get these to fit correctly. First step of the instructions state, remove original handlebar end weight and internal weight parts. So you just have a screw here to take this piece off, and then I'm assuming there's a weight down inside the handlebar itself. I've never actually removed one of these, so let's see what we got. Alright, so what I'm trying to accomplish here is you have a weight at the end of the handlebar, and then there's a weight on the inside of the handlebar. Now, in order to take this out, it's very difficult to see, but inside here, right in here, there is a clip that has two ends that are actually holding it in place. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get in there with a screwdriver, pop the clip while I'm pulling out on the weight that's still attached to the internal weight. And that right there is how you remove the external and the internal weight from the NC700. So now that we have successfully removed the weight that is on the handlebars, which is the outer weight and the inner weight, which I actually have a small, quick video that I did separate from this because it actually turned out to be much more difficult than I had expected it to be. This is going to be the right one, and the big distinguishing factor is what way this thing is actually angling. You want it to be angling up towards you, so this will be the right one, and the left one will be a mirror image of it. Now it is very important in looking at this to make sure that you have the left side and the right side, that there are differences On the left side you're going to have 3 washers, and then number 13 comes after the washers, which is one of the smaller metal pieces. On the right side you're only going to use 1 washer, and you're going to use a larger metal piece. So after we've put in the bolt, the outer weight, and a single washer, then we're going to slide on the larger metal ring, followed by one of these funky pieces that almost looks like a rook from a chess game. And you'll notice how this piece is designed. It's scored all the way around, more than likely so it can squeeze together. Well, the parts that scored go towards the inside, like that. Alright, and then after you have all of the pieces assembled, you're going to take one of these bolts with the flare side pointing in, and then tighten everything together, like so. After you have this piece assembled on the bike, and you figure out about where it's going to go, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to tighten this piece, which is going to expand that bolt on the inside, and it's actually going to create tension where it's going to lock this into place. Okay, now I'm only going to go far enough where I can manipulate this piece fairly easy, where it will stay still, so then that way I can kind of guide it into this other joint. Now I'm just going to go around and I'm going to tighten everything up. Let's see how. Now as you can see, it's close, but I'm not actually touching anything, so this configuration actually works really well for the left-hand side. So let me put the bike back down. You can see I left the cable is free, and then all I had to do was take this tie that was holding this cable and slide it down the neck. It was up here. I just slid it down here to make room for this. Now right now this is free, it's not touching anything. Yeah, this thing right here is extremely sturdy. So let me go ahead and attempt the right hand side. This cable right here, I actually ran the bracket in between the cable and the handlebar. So the cable actually goes underneath it. And I'm just going to get this just taut enough that this thing will kind of hold its position. Okay, so I didn't tighten it all the way. This is still movable, but just enough where it's in there. See? And it's not going anywhere. So then I can make sure that when I line it up, I'm still getting the coverage that I want. And then all this stuff is lining up correctly. Just to give a clearer view of how the right hand bracket went on the bar, I actually fed it through in between the cable and the handlebar itself. Let me go ahead and get the actual plastic guard on. Alright, so the guard itself just kind of attaches to the bar. And it came with some screws. Now you notice that I went ahead and actually added the riser to it. And these, all they do is they screw in a couple different points. So I think anybody can kind of figure that out. But here, there are some pre-drilled points in the bar itself. You just attach the screws. Well, here's the end result. I hope the video helps out anybody who's planning on installing these things. I know I would have found it helpful to actually have found a video that walked through step by step on the installation process. I didn't find anything out there, so that's what kind of inspired me to make the video. The brackets were a little tricky to install, but a little bit of trial and error and some perseverance, and you guys will get it done. So, and I'm really happy with the way they worked out. And these ones that I bought from Revzilla.com. They were specific for this bike, but they're not necessarily a universal kit, but they will work with a few other bikes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Alright, stay tuned for the next mod. Alright, take it easy. Next on the list, the NC700 mods.